Everybody, I'm Andreas Sgourdos at AfterBuzz TV live from the red carpet at the 4th annual Dance Gala. I'm here with Nev from Catfish. How are you doing today?
Wonderful.
What brings you out here?
Actually, it's this guy. I don't know if you can see, but directly to my right is Nigel Lithgow. And the work that he's doing, both with this organization and tonight's event, as well as others, is inspiring to me as someone who kind of got their start as a young dancer, which helped me tremendously growing up. So I'm excited to be anywhere near this guy.
How do you know Nigel? How'd you meet him?
We actually met in the green room at Good Day LA, and right away our conversation indicated that we both had a real passion for not only dance but also connecting with young people through dance and helping them grow and learn. And
so he's always kind of been an inspiration for you. How did you break the ice when you were in the green room? Did the conversation just flow pretty smoothly, or did you introduce yourself to him? Did he introduce himself to you? How did that go?
I knew who he was, but I didn't understand exactly the depth of his interest in dance. So I actually sort of sneakily Wikipedia'd him, and then right away I saw that we had mutual friends in the dance world. So I sort of broke the ice and introduced myself.
Sweet. And obviously you created the show Catfish on MTV, and you just had the season finale recently. Can you tell us one of the craziest Catfish stories you've had on that show? What was your craziest experience? Was there a moment where you're like, I can't believe this is happening? An uh-oh moment?
I mean, honestly, I think the craziest moment was that we got this young man who was scamming people, like a real con artist, to come on the show and reveal himself. Although I guess he thought he was going to be able to sort of pull one over on us. Yeah. I still can't believe that happened, even though it wasn't necessarily the most outrageous thing. The fact that this kid came on the show knowing that he was a criminal sort of blows my mind.
And obviously social networking sites, a lot of apps are coming out like Tinder and stuff like that. Do you think people will be getting... does it seem like people are getting less catfished or more catfished as as time progresses? Because it seems like it would be a lot easier right now to figure out who's being real with like iPhone, FaceTime. You have all these different forms of technology that you're able to identify pretty quickly. Like, do you think it's becoming more prevalent or less prevalent?
I think that as we as human beings spend more and more time online and using social media, we are by definition isolating ourselves, which makes it more necessary to find that human, genuine connection. So people are becoming more almost desperate for it. So even though there are many ways to easily prove or disprove someone's authenticity online, if you're that hungry for love and if you're that lonely, you'll probably believe anything.
And what's your, what kind of piece of advice would you give somebody who's looking for love? Would you recommend social media sites? Would you recommend going to a club and dancing and meeting somebody that way? Or would you recommend just the old-fashioned way?
I think you have to meet people in person, you have to approach them, and you have to work on developing your personality and how you like to relate to others before you can just fall in love. A lot of people think, oh, the internet's this perfect place to meet my dream partner, but you can't really meet that person until you know who you are and know what you want. And so everyone sort of just thinks they can fast forward through the hard work of understanding yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, go to bars, go to parties,
dance.
Since
we're at a dance gala, what's the best dance move that you've used in the club that's worked for you to attract opposite sex?
It sounds cheesy and sort of old-fashioned, but the cut-in, if you see a girl dancing with a guy and you can sort of tell she's not into it and she kind of wants to get out of there, just go over and be like, hey, I'm going to cut in if that's all right. Because then not only have you done sort of the girl a favor,
getting her out of a sticky situation,
but you've shown her that you're sensitive, you observed, you saw, that she now knows that you were paying attention, and after that, your dance moves sort of just need to be on point, but no specific one dance move after the kind of gentlemanly cut-in.
Do you see yourself coming out with a book? I mean, obviously you give really good advice to people. Do you see yourself doing that in the future, or do you already have a book and I just botched that?
I have a book coming out.
And what's the name of the book, and could you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. The book is called In Real Life, and it comes out in September. And it really is a very honest and sort of vulnerable look back at my 30 years on this earth, the mistakes I've made, the relationships I've had, and what I've learned from Catfish, the show, the movie, and hopefully some good advice.
And what's the biggest piece of advice that you can give somebody after going through the whole Catfish experience?
Hi. You don't remember me. I'm Jet's sister.
Oh man, I guess just
Hi.
Google the hell out of them.
Good.
And meet people in person.
Yeah, right, of course.
All right, well, thanks for spending time with us. It was a pleasure to meet you. Nev from Catfish, live from the AfterBuzz red carpet. Enjoy the rest of your time, man. Enjoy Nigel. All right, later.